Little cardio talk for today. Just hit a leg day, a subpar leg day at that. My joints hurt. That'll be explained in the leg day video. I don't know which one I'm going to put out first, whether it be the leg day video or this cardio talk video. But damn, yeah. So I mean, I went through the workout and I was feeling okay, but my joints were hurting. Like my ankles were hurting on calf raises. Bizarre, but. Sorry, I was just looking at the TV in the gym here. They said Kevin Durant was not traded by the Suns. So, in case you guys were wondering. But, yeah, my joints were hurting. So, I was able to get through 3 exercises successfully and do all of those to completeness, you know. And then when I got to the 4th one, which was hack squats, I was loading up the hack squats. And, like, no matter what position I put my legs in, no matter how high or low I put them on the foot pad, foot foundation, whatever you want to call it, you know. My knees just hurt so bad. Felt like they're gonna explode. So I was like, fuck it. I am done. I wanted to go do a hip extension movement, but those were taken, so I decided against it. Decided to hop on the cardio machine. And here we are on this beautiful cardio machine. Hard to be too long a video today, but I want to get into the topic right now of, I think bulking is getting vaulted. It's getting put in the vault, taken away from us, you know, not the most beneficial thing. Bulking and cutting is not the most beneficial thing to building muscle, apparently. So this is coming from some reels that I saw from, I believe the person's name on Instagram, I found her through reels, is Scientific Snitch. I know she has a YouTube. I don't know if it's called that as well, but you know, I've been learning some pretty interesting information from her about how, you know, doing like this big bulk is not really beneficial to muscle growth. Now there are some caveats to it. I'll get to those a little bit later. I'm basically just regurgitating information that she said. So if you want her to say it better and you want a more in-depth explanation, then Scientific Snitch. That's her at. Go check her out on Reels. That's where I found her. But essentially, she's saying that the science is saying that doing this huge surplus, you know, doing this 300 to 500 calorie surplus is maybe no longer the move when it comes to bulking, because you are just gaining more fat and it's not contributing anymore to muscle growth. She's an advocate for maintenance for muscle growth. So what that means is, like, you're eating your maintenance calories. So the energy that you put out in the day, you're eating that back. And that's gonna continue the muscle growth, but also limit the amount of fat that you gain, because the more fat that you gain does not contribute to muscle growth, believe it or not. Which is pretty interesting. And similar thing for a cut, those deep cuts that you do, especially for, like, if you're in the off season or something like that, are not beneficial. So it's, you know, like that whole main gaining thing that people think about, like, that actually is more beneficial to, you know, muscle growth, because eating in a huge surplus, you're not turning those extra calories, or you're not turning 99% of those extra calories into muscle. So if you're eating extra calorie, like, maintenance for the day, and I believe she says, like, she said in the study that it found, like, you know, at most people would need like 20 extra calories a day to help build muscle, you know what I'm saying? And as you go through your quote-unquote maintenance bulk, your maintenance main gaining phase, your maintenance phase, whatever, you're going to put on more lean tissue. So then eventually you're going to have to up the calories, because you're going to get to this plateau. So that's that quote-unquote bulking part, because you're still upping the calories. That's because you put on muscle, so you're going to need more calories in order to maintain, which is kind of interesting. And she had some caveats to the points as well. I really wish I could remember, because I spent like the entirety of the gym session today between sets, like during my rests, watching the reels on it. But one of the caveats she said when it comes to bulking and cutting is that those are things that you would want to do. It's for people that are at a healthy body fat percentage for their body. So if you're thinking about it in a bodybuilder context, you know, when they come off of show, when they come off of their bodybuilding show, they're at a very, very low body fat percentage. and it's not really healthy for them. So you're not going to jump and, like, you know, you don't want to gain 300 pounds in the off season, you know, 200, 100 pounds in the off season. Obviously that's a lot, but like, that's an exaggeration. But if you get what I'm saying, it's because they need to get back up to a healthy body fat percentage. So that is their bulking. And when it comes to cutting, if you are obese and you're way over, you know, your healthy body fat percentage, that's when a cut would come into place, because you want to get down to a healthy body fat percentage, and then that's where you want to stay, so that you can maintain or eat your maintenance calories and grow muscle from there, while also not being super thick, which, you know, is interesting. So it's not necessarily getting faulted, because like when you are in this maintaining thing, you are going to be putting on muscle. Even if you're eating the maintenance calories, you're still going to be putting on muscle. And as you put that muscle on, you're going to eat a little bit more calories to be at maintenance again. Because eventually, you know, let's just say for crazier purposes, right? You put on 5 pounds of muscle, and then, you know, you continue eating the same amount of calories that you were beforehand at your maintenance. 5 pounds of muscle, you're going to need more calories to maintain that muscle. So you would, I think, be in a deficit. Don't quote me. I'm not sure if that's how that works, but that's what it sounds like. You know, you'll eventually be in a deficit. The more muscle you gain, you're going to move into a deficit. So you're going to want to bump up the calories again to be at maintenance again, if that makes sense, because your lean mass is going to be bigger. And in doing so, you're not going to be putting on this huge amount of fat that you eventually have to shed off, because you're actually not turning any of those extra calories into muscle, because muscle is grown by a stimulus, not by the amount of calories that you're eating. So as long as you're eating enough protein throughout your day and you're getting enough macros and micros that are conducive to muscle growth, the main driver of muscle growth is going to be muscular tension, which is another interesting topic that I want to talk about later, because I learned some new things as well. Is the camera smudged? But that camera's definitely smudged. I don't know how it looks on camera though, but yeah, so the main driver of muscle growth is not going to be the 500 extra calories that you're eating in a day. That's going to be a fat driven growth. Muscle growth is driven from muscular tension. So as long as you're doing the correct amount of, like, you're giving the muscle enough stimulus and you're eating enough protein throughout the day, if you're eating maintenance calories, you're going to grow muscle. Is basically what I was understanding from those videos. If I'm wrong, let me know. I probably am. I'm very forgetful. My mind is fogged right now because of this sickness, but other than that, I'm gonna focus on this cardio session. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time.